friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to AJ's Inspired Life. It's a new year. I have a new desk backdrop, not a new one, but a clean page on it. So it's not too messy, but my desk is messy. So welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. If you'd like to hit the subscribe button, I would love to see more of you if you like what you see. Today, I'm going to do a paper weaving. I'm going to make another paper weaving, and I just thought I would turn on the camera and see if I can tape it for you. I've done a lot of paper weaving previously. We used to make these with my kids for some projects and whatnot. But recently I found one by Melanie Sullivan. I will link her below. She has like a really nice tutorial on it. And I tried it with this, and I had showed you guys this on my channel, and one of you sweet subscribers said, could you please make a video on how you did it? And I was like, sure, I'll try. So that's the goal today. And so I just saved strips of paper in like a little box I have over here that's long. And so they're different widths, and that's okay. And they're different, this is like scrapbook paper. So this is like thick cardstock, and this is obviously a very thin magazine. And then what I did was, for those of you that are not new here, my backdrop was quite messy. I've cut quite a few strips out of my old backdrop, as well as made a couple other things. So I thought today might be as good of a day as any to try to use up some of my strips. So I'm just going to try and make another paper weaving is what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to move these off to the side. I do have some clear glue here. Melanie uses like a clear glue with a really fine tip. I don't quite have one of those. But we'll just see what it looks like. So again, some of these are really thick, and then some of these are thinner. So we'll just see what it turns out like. All right. It is the new year. We're trying new things, and yeah. So, and I don't know, like I said, I will link her channel below. She actually has, I think, more than one video on this, or maybe she links someone else. I mean, some of these are very, very good. So let me show you, like when I say very good, on here, you can see like the spaces in between some of my boxes are not the exact same. And the way you can actually see that, like when you're making it, is you want to kind of hold it up, right, a little bit so the air comes through it, so you can see maybe what's behind it if you can't quite see it on the piece you're working on. Now, she works on like a cutting mat with measures, right? So she can line up her strips very, very evenly. That is not how I work, nor do I have one. I have a little cutting mat, but it's just like, 6x9 or something. So I just make it on this, and I have a couple straight lines, obviously, to play with a little bit here. So I think we'll just try it. Okay. So that's the goal. And then, then what do you do with it? I don't know that answer. I don't know what I'm going to do with it when I'm done. So, but I do think I'm going to start with one of these calendar pieces, and I think I'm just going to cut it off, like, just to get, they're not all this long. So I think I'm just going to cut it off there, and that will kind of be, and then, I will save this because I'll make a flag out of it, or, something for my journal, a little page flag or something like that. That one's a little wide, but you get the drift. Or maybe I'll decide to let it go and throw it away. I'm not 100% sure yet. So, okay. So basically, yeah, I don't even know. This is very busy to start with, but I think I will start with another busy one in the middle, and then maybe we'll have, I think that's how we start. I don't even know. I'm going to glue some paper. How about that? We're just going to glue some paper together. Now, you obviously, this glue may not even be working. I don't even know. I don't use wet glue very often. Let's see. Is it even working? Maybe I should check that before I start my stupid video. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is like a sign of my life right now. Trying to get back in the groove of things. All right, that should be better. You guys, excuse my house if it's like noisy. There are people here There is football going on. Yeah. This little glue thing is just not in the mood to do what I want it to do. We might have to switch this up a little bit. Let's see. It's not even going to come out. All right. I think I'm going to stop. I'm going to throw out. This is from Dollar Tree. There was like 3 for $1. Let's see if this one's in the mood. This one might do it. I am on a complete no spend this month, which, ooh, that's going to be a lot of glue. Okay, we'll see if we can slow that down a little bit. All right. I'm on a complete no spend, which means like not just craft items, but like nothing in my Amazon, nothing. And of course, so the funny part is I shared this in my, I think that's just so pretty. Isn't that pretty? I shared this in one of my videos. I meant to do just a tad of shopping. I'm just fixing this little space on here. It'll probably get covered up, but okay. So obviously you have to choose, right? But you're gonna overlap them. So because this is my middle strip and it goes over this one, it's gonna go under the next one, right? And I'm just gonna do this. So yeah, I'm on a no spend. Although I don't even want this strip there. So see, that's part of it too. You got to figure out kind of a pattern that I'm going to put something that's not the same. And then I can't even walk and chew gum right now at the same time, obviously. I maybe should separate these out. I do have quite a few from the desk, so it does look like it will have, you know, kind of that theme going through it. I do like this one a lot. I'm going to do like 3 this way and then 3 the other way. So Melanie builds it one at a time and kind of rotates this. So I'm going to maybe try something like that. Oh my gosh, that's totally coming out now. Now in not real, but in the paper weaving I've done before, we did not necessarily glue, you know, each strip together. So you don't have to, if your paper's woven tight enough, you don't have to do that, but it does make it pretty sturdy, which is nice. Okay. So there you have it. So now I'll rotate it this way and I'll add, and I am going to just try and line it up a little bit on this line. You can tell this strip is not even that straight, so that's okay too. This is the strip I'm going to use next, and it is not, it's not straight, and I'm just going to cut it down the middle. I think it's too wide for what I really want right here. This was like a piece of Christmas cardstock that I used to make my journal. Okay, so as you do this, you're going to do the opposite of this one, right? So this one's over. You're going to weave it under and then over and then under, obviously. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Like I could just kind of tuck that in there. You don't necessarily have to glue it. Okay, again, but it does kind of hold it and help. Okay, you could totally use glue stick. I might switch to a glue stick in a minute, because I think I'm just a little bit more adept. This is a pretty thick little blob of glue. Okay, so I obviously glued those 2. Now, if you want, you can flip it over. Let's just see what the glue sticks like. Okay, and I, of course, have 2 glue sticks here that are like on their last leg. You guys, my boys just lost, my Dallas Cowboys. It's been a day, man. You know, bad mood. Just kidding. I mean, like, sort of, right? Okay, and so then we're going to do the opposite. So it's going to go over, under, over. So I'm just going to see if I can do something like that, right? And slide it in there like that. Oops. And you do just want to hold it. Okay, so what was I saying? No spend. I'm on a no spend, and I wanted to go shopping the last day of the month of December. Like I finished work. I mean, I had it literally on my planner and in my journal. Oh, I like that side. I like the yellow side. Oh, well. You know, always check what side of stuff you're using, right? When you cut it out of magazines. So anyway, I wanted to go, buy some stuff on the last day of December, but that didn't happen. My plans got changed and so I didn't, which is fine. I don't need anything, obviously, but I am fortunate that I did grab a new thing of glue sticks right before that. I do still have some other glue, but I was down to like 2 glue sticks, 2 or 3, I think. And so, but it's, you know, it's interesting because it's not about, it is about money, obviously, but it's really about controlling, right? And not having that impulsive desire filled, right? So even like I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying new, well, with the exception of my kid goes back to school. So like if he needs stuff, but I'm saying like for me. So let's say I'm like, oh gosh, those socks are cool, or I need a new whatever, right? Something for the gym, or so it's not just planner stuff. It's like, do I really need that to work out this month? Do I really? And the answer, of course, is no, right? But there is part of me that's like, ooh, I want it. So my cart is full in a couple places, I might add, in a couple places. So we'll see, which is a good spending tip anyway. So oftentimes when I work with people on like impulsive spending or whatnot, we talk about delayed gratification in that, and you know, putting things in a cart and then only once a month buying, right? Which is a good kind of way to help the planet and do everything anyway, especially if we're talking Amazon or something like that. It's like, nope, we only order on the 15th of the month. And so anything else goes into the cart and you just wait. And so sometimes by the time that month comes, you don't want it anymore. You're like, oh, I researched another thing and I don't need it. So the downside to the gooey glue, of course, is that you glue your stuff down. So working on like a nice mat would work well, but I'm kind of liking that so far. Has fun colors. So I think I'll add another one this way. So anyway, so just like for me, it's about like, oh, do I need that new protein powder or whatever? But that I did make, you know, I placed my order at the end of last month type thing. And because these are, I'm totally just rambling, because these are a little bit long, I have a little bit extra on each end to play with. So I'm kind of choosing like what color I want. And I'm just gonna, you know, snip those, and those little ends I will throw away. Yeah, so anyway, it's day 3 of January. Yep. And I already I'm like, oh shoot, I wish so it's interesting to me. And none of it has been, honestly, none of it's been planner or art stuff that I need. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to go to Hobby Lobby. So this is what I was going to do. I was going to go to Hobby Lobby because they do have soccer washi tape that I found. And so I wanted to go get that, but that's okay. My kid's not really playing. She doesn't travel again till February, and they're going to Texas. Oh my gosh, so exciting. So anyway, I don't really need it. She's got practice. I have lots of other stuff, but, and then what else was I going to get at Hobby Lobby? And I rarely go to Hobby Lobby. So when I do go, it's usually with a list. It's not my favorite store, but anyway, okay, so I have 5 this way, I have 4 this way. I guess we'll add 1 more this way, or 2 more, and then keep rotating. So I do have a lot of these from my calendars. Like I was trying maybe not to put them next to each other, but I'm feeling like that might be what happens, but we'll try 1 more. Let's see. I do have that other Christmas strip. It's not too Christmassy though, is it? I guess not. So we'll go under, over, under, like that, right? If you guys look up paper weaving, I mean, obviously there's so many like really talented. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so sorry about the noise. It's like, anyway, we used to make wallets and book covers and stuff for my kids. It was so much fun. And they would, well, those were out of magazines that you folded. So like you would take strips and fold them. And that was super fun. And it took, you know, it took some patience and kind of dedication, but they were so happy with it. I remember all the kids had those wallets for a little bit. It was kind of fun. And then you can make boxes. We used to make some boxes. Much like these foldable trash cans, right? Very much in this same idea. But it was all folded paper, so that was kind of cool. All right, and I do feel like I want to just glue these backs. All right. All right. I guess what would be fun if you really wanted to challenge, you could make it all ugly sides. Not that it's ugly, but you know, you could make it all back sides like this and just see what you come up with on the front. That might be kind of fun, just because I'm consciously kind of trying to choose patterns that don't match or whatever. I don't know. I get bored. I think it's silly stuff to do. Okay, I definitely want this one like over here and not right next to that. So let's see. Oh, I have that one. That one's kind of fun. All right, let's cut a strip. How long is that? So obviously if I use this piece of paper, then this is now the new length of whatever I make, because this is the shortest piece. So, which would be fine. I'm just noting, obviously some of these are much longer, and yeah, it's just what you want it to be. Oh, I like this one. Let's do this one. All right, so we're gonna go under here and under here. And I'm just gonna move, this is a strip off of a 12 by 12 scrapbooking pad, and it has that hole, obviously, right in the middle. I'm gonna move it under a strip, and I'm gonna try and get, well, I'm only gonna maybe get one flower. We'll see where the other strips land, but we'll see. All right, I've had a little bit of a hard time starting my new journal for the new year, not gonna lie. It took me a while to choose my journal, and now that I've chosen it, I'm happy. But for those of you that have been around, you know I switch journals every month or two, depending on the journal I choose and how much it holds. And they're all very different. And so in terms of size and paper and just everything. And so it takes me a while to get used to it or get to know it, get acquainted with it, for us to become friends, you know, all of that. So, although I'm really enjoying it, it's definitely different, you know, and so I want to, let's see, what colors do I want? I guess I'll choose that section right there. All right. So under, over, under, over, under, over. There we go. And again, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this afterwards. Like, I think Melanie said she could make like a, I don't know, somehow into a journal cover or something. I don't know how exactly that would work. I might have to go look that up. But I am making another journal out of the rest of my drop cloth from the last drop cloth. I don't change it out every month. I change it out when I'm in the mood. And the new year seemed like the time to do that. It was pretty messed up. I posted a picture on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me there, you can find me over there at AJ's Inspired Life also. And And so I often post pictures of my pages or what I'm working on over there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess we'll add some this way maybe. All right, and yeah, so as fast as, I mean, as slow and crazy as this last year's been, you guys, it's gone super fast, at least for us also. So my boy came home from college like the middle of November, and it's already time for him to go back. And my heart is like a little sad. I mean, he's been super busy while he's been here. It's not like we had family dinner together every night or anything, but at least I knew where he was at night. And it's just the little moments, right? It's not, I don't know. We didn't do like a big family trip or anything. Obviously, we didn't go anywhere for Christmas or because of the world events, if you will. But I'm just sad. But super excited for him, obviously. And he's so looking forward to going back and starting their season, which he's just pumped for, which is just an honor. So, I mean, it's all good stuff, but I am a little nervous because they're driving and it's a long drive. But that is part of it also. I remember the first time I drove off to college. I didn't take a car until my second year, but because of his credits in high school, he's technically already a year ahead. So he's able to get a parking space and everything on campus because he's technically old enough. I don't even know if it's not an age thing, but you know, credit-wise, year-wise. So, and I think he would really like to have a car instead of having to get rides from everybody everywhere. So we'll see. It's definitely a rite of passage. The crazy part is he's talking about driving it home for summer. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I think we maybe leave that car there and I don't know. We'll figure something out when the time comes, but all right. So I'm kind of, this is making me happy, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Look at the fun colors, like to start the new year. I was a little done with Christmas. I'm not gonna lie. I've said that on a couple of my videos. I was like over, and it was just so seasonal for so long, right? So we had fall, which, I mean, again, my favorite season. And Christmas, I was pretty happy with Christmas this year. And, but I just felt like I'm going to use my Christmas stuff during Christmas. I wanted to, at least. And so then it was like, well, I'm not going to use other stuff if I have Christmas stuff because I'm not going to use it the rest of the year. So I might as well use it. Wow. Okay. I'm sure you guys heard that. My husband is outside working on some project. And so he's going in and out because it's cold and wet here. And so the doors absolutely have to be shut or it is super cold in the house super fast. And we don't need that. Although I'm actually warm and gonna take off my scarf as we're talking here. All right, well, I can't think of really anything else that would be more boring than watching someone glue strips of paper, but if you're still here, thanks for hanging out. I maybe should have done this on a live. I'm definitely gonna do another live soon. It is definitely my goal. I know we got started and then kind of hit a block. So we'll do another one of those soon. I guess I'll put a strip of the paper in there because that seems like a good place for it. Oh my gosh, look at the yumminess on that one. All right. And some of those, I will tell you, are going in the trash bin. So just So, I don't hoard every single piece of little paper. I hoard a lot of it. Not hoard, but, keep to create. At least that's what I tell myself. But look, I'm creating this with these little strips I kept. So I guess I could scan this in. Well, I say that in theory. I cannot work my scanner. I don't know if it's like broken. I mean, the printer works fine. The scanner is just not communicating. And it used to, and so I don't know what's changed, but if I can scan these in, that would be cool, because we could reuse them and share them and whatnot. But can't quite figure that out. Okay. So you can just see it just builds upon builds. Now, if we're gonna look at it, I don't really have anything that's dark, but okay, so there you can see. Now, if you really wanted to get technical and do it on a cutting mat, you do want a little bit of space in between these. And so, but you want to make sure these spaces are the same. So see how this is a little tiny square and then this is like a giant rectangle. Now, some of that's because my paper strips are not straight, right? You can tell like on this one specifically, this is not a completely straight strip. This does not bother me in the least, but if you want to be more technical about it, or if it bothers you, that would be how you would check it. So you want to, and making sure you're doing it on like some sort of thing where you can measure it or check these squares and making sure your strips are all the same. Okay. But again, that doesn't bother me in the least. So, and yes, that's a piece of Christmas tree paper that's still out on my desk because I'm saving it. I saved it from my, I put all my December stuff away, and then, oh, that's a fun piece. But again, that's pretty short. I do like that one though. I saved these are probably the same. They probably came from something similar. I don't know. I'm going to use it on my page when we take down the Christmas tree, which if it were up to me would already have happened, but we don't run, like I don't make all the executive decisions in this house, much to my dismay. And my family still really wanted the Christmas tree up, so we took down everything. We took down everything else inside. The outside lights are still up, but not on. Oh, here's another piece of that. So I have two of those. Does that make sense? Up, but not on. And then, yeah. So anyway, little by little, it's all put away in boxes. It's not all put away in the garage shelves yet. So it's still like up in my house, which is, but we're not going to do part of it. We're not going to put like part of it away in the garage and not the other part, because it's like, all the shelf stuff. So I'm not going to, I don't know. All right. I think we'll do something like that. And then, as you see what kind of space you want, you don't have to have that much space. You could weave it much tighter. I don't know why she said to keep the space, actually. And so again, I'm going to link her video. Well, I'm going to link her channel. I don't know what specific video, because I saw it on one and I know she has another one that's like more of a tutorial. So please go find what makes you happy there. But she was talking about the spaces in between. So I guess we could do a tighter weave. I'll do another one of these also. Obviously I have more strips of paper, so, and I can post them both on my Instagram or something. Oh my gosh. So are you guys excited for the new year? What's the overall read on the new year where you are? Because I know some people were like, yes, the new year, everything's going to be different. And then I think we all woke up on the 1st and realized things weren't any different. Not that they really would be. I'm just saying, I think things kind of felt like, ooh, a fresh start, right? So I do have some of my sparkle Mod Podge on here. So look how pretty that is. Everything needs a little sparkle. That's what I'm going to say. Can't go wrong with a little more sparkle. But I am ready for our kids. Normally, like our high school kids up here get like a winter break. So this was like their Christmas break, and then they get a midwinter break, which is like, I don't know, the third week in February or something. And that's the week they're like, you need to travel, you need to get out of here and get some vitamin D, basically. So a lot of people go skiing, which is what we've done the last couple of years, is just stayed home and my kids have hit the mountain or whatever. And my daughter plays soccer, so she hasn't been able to really travel. But this was the year that we were like, okay, we're leaving. We're going somewhere sunny, probably to see my son back in South Carolina or something. But I don't think that's happening, if I'm going to be really honest. So we'll see. We'll see. The colleges have all changed their schedule. And so we got this email that was like, you know, dear students and family, here's the new schedule. And so basically every holiday in the spring semester has been canceled. So like all the 3-day weekends canceled, and spring break canceled. So they're like, we're canceling, like there will be no spring break. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like wah, wah, wah. So basically they're cutting all the 3-day weekends and the spring break and everything, and they're getting rid of them. And then they're tacking it on to the end of the semester, right? So the kids will get out early. So they're normally out in like May. They will be home in April. So it's just kind of funny. But I was like, oh, that's just like a hard email to get. Like, your spring break in college canceled. So anyway, it's okay. My mama heart was like, oh, that's all right. Because I've been in college. Do you know what I'm saying? All right. And you can make this obviously as big or whatever as you want. Now, I know some of what we used to do a long time ago when we did paper weaving was like we would then laminate it, right? Or put it on those wax sheets and melt it. So you could make like a placemat out of this or something. So it's just fun. You could do this with any age kid. They could totally do this. You could make the strips as thick or whatever. You could do it for a theme. Any holiday, obviously. You could cut up any sort of paper. A lot of these I got out of magazines, right? So this is a magazine, and just, you know, anything works. And so it's just a fun rainy day craft, even, if you will. I just thought, since I had it all out and I was cleaning up my area and getting rid of some of the chaos and starting fresh, that I might try it. I'm obviously liking building this way more than this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I need to build this way a little bit. So it's equal. Oh, there's a good one. Yeah. So one of my son's friends left today for college. They're at different colleges, and then my daughter's best friend left last night. She took her to the airport, so she's a little sad today. It's hard when they're different ages, right? My daughter's actually 2 years behind her, but they are like, well, she gave her the cutest thing, you guys. They both made a photo gift. They both bought each other a gift and then made a photo gift for each other, which I thought was just so cute. Like, because they didn't talk about it. I just thought it was, anyway. And so she had an old record, like an old vinyl record, and she glued pictures all over the front of it. It's just so sweet. And then she retitled the middle of it, you know, where the label is or whatever, with like a new label. And it's called Soul Sisters. And then it was just thoughtful. I just thought it was very cute and creative. I just thought it was very sweet. But that's completely what they are. They're like soul sisters. It's just weird, and not weird, but just a blessing, right? I thought it was strange. I don't know another word for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I still have to go this way, and I'm obviously not wanting to do that. When my daughter was a freshman, you know, this girl, her best friend now, was a junior, because she's 2 years ahead. And it's just rare that, like, you know, that the juniors, that the upperclassmen, if you will, like, are super kind to the freshmen. Not that they're mean. My kids have never had any of those problems, but from day one, they were like best friends. And this girl did everything, like reached out, offered her rides, places to games, and they played together, obviously, but just so sweet. Kind of not held her hand, but yeah, you know, helped her adapt to being on a new team in high school. And I just thought, like, way to be. That's totally cool. And I think both of my kids have had really good experiences with upperclassmen being kind to them. And so we've talked a lot about that, like, how can you reach out as, now that you're an upperclassman? Well, for my daughter, my son obviously is now the new kid on the block again in college. So, but they don't have any bad stories to tell. Oh my God. Can you hear them? I will say, if there's a blessing from this COVID thing, it is that. It is more gathering with close-knit friends, hanging out at home. It's a little bit simpler life, I guess. And we are grateful for that for sure. So, all right. I am going to do, I think, like, I don't know, 6 more strips maybe. And then I think we're kind of done. I really like this one. Let's make sure this one gets on here. And then we'll have to figure out, I could glue it in as like a page or something today. Maybe I'll make a small one. I don't know. And I guess I should look at the other one and just see if I'm actually done with that one. I could add some strips to the other one that I already made, since I have my strips out here. So ideally, right, you could like line all these up. They'd be perfectly straight on this end, and that would give you, like, obviously that's just not how I roll. So I apologize if I'm causing some of you some angst. And if this is like too much because it's not all straight, I get it. I get it. Oh, okay, so I screwed up. So let's see. Under, over, under, over, under. Over, under, over, under, over, under. All right. And obviously that happens. Like, you just, I mean, I don't think it really matters, but if it's, we'll see. So I'm looking out my window. Well, it's pretty wet. It stopped raining for like the first time, and I don't really know how long. It rained all day yesterday. I mean, from night to morn to night again, like, and you would think that I don't like the water. I mean, I love the water. I like being in the water. I like swimming in the water. I don't like it coming down on my head when I'm trying to stay dry. So I don't really enjoy going out in the rain. I mean, it's what we do. We live in the Pacific Northwest, but if I'm going to work or doing whatever and I gotta go, I go. Or going to work out, I just go. But if I'm not, like, I'm not going out if I don't have to. How about that one? And I get I don't have to, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I really like these more colorful ones. I feel like I should just end with it, right? Or save them. What should I do? What should I do, people? Here's a magazine. Ooh, that's kind of fun on both sides. So there's like multicolors or just green. We're gonna put it over here, and that will be my last strip over here. All right, so over, under, over, under. I guess I could have done this on a live because then at least we could interact. The crazy part is I don't even know what we're doing for dinner tonight. I really don't like Sundays is always the day where I tend to do my shopping and everything on Monday. And so Sundays is always the day it's like, I don't know what we're eating, like fend for yourself. Let's find something or order something. I don't know. And my husband cooked. Oh, actually we have some leftovers because my husband cooked last night. Like this really, he barbecued. Oh, sweet thing out in the rain. Like our deck has like a, I don't know, like a ledge thing on it. So the barbecue is dry. But not my husband. So he doesn't normally barbecue out there too much in the winter, obviously. But my son requested this special steak thing he makes, and he and his girlfriend wanted to have dinner with us last night, and what parent in the world would say no to that? So my sweet husband ran out to the store and got the steak and did whatever. So I made the potatoes and the asparagus and had this nice steak dinner for him. And so I think we have some leftovers. Okay, so I can do like 2 more, 1 more, so it's 3, 4, 5. I think I can get 5, maybe. We'll definitely start over here. Ooh, and these are kind of thick. So I could cut it down or I could just leave it thick, and I'm going to leave it thick. All right. So under. Can you tell it's like more complicated for me and I have to stop talking while I do it? Okay. Yeah. That's fun. And again, you guys, I think I'll do another one and not glue it. I'm only gluing this because she glued it on hers. Like, I mean, I get it makes it, woo, I get it makes it way more sturdy. And again, I don't know what I'm going to use it for, so I don't know if I need it that sturdy. So I might make another one with no gluing and see if I can weave the paper a little bit tighter and just see what the difference is, just see what the outcome is. But since I started with glue, I'm going to end with glue and make sure all these little pieces are down. And you probably don't need to glue every piece. You could probably just glue, you probably don't need to flip it over. You could probably just glue the up ones, you know, here. And because on the next one would be the up one. So therefore it would be sandwiched between 2 glues. But that's okay. It's a lot of thinking. For right now, we're just going to keep gluing. Just keep gluing. Just keep gluing. Do we like this one? Sure. Sure. All right. Trying to think here. I do want to get my journaling done for today. I literally like did not journal. I haven't journaled yet. So, and today's the 3rd. It did take me a little while to do it, and I was on a vision board call yesterday for like 4 hours, and so I did not get journaling done. And then I had another call this morning with sweet Elizabeth and Holly and Lynn, which just completely brightened my day. And but I didn't journal. I mean, I glued a couple things in, but I didn't like journal during that either. I was more kind of organizing my desk and working on sorting some stuff for the glue book and getting my life a little situated over here. So I don't want to get behind in my journaling. I like to stay current with it. I mean, I did my morning journaling this morning, which, again, if you're not new here, you know that's normal for me. I journal separately. And so I've done all that. I've done my reading and all my self-love time today. All right. Oh, I'm kind of liking it, you guys. I'm kind of liking it. What do we think? We think like one more here for sure, and maybe one more here and one more here. Maybe, maybe, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to put that one right there because I am liking those colors. All right. We'll do that. You guys, I don't know if you had, when you had little ones, we used to barter like our time, right? We didn't have like a co-op, but we had a really tight-knit group of moms that we all met like in this Mommy and Me class. And eventually, like the class had like, I don't know, let's say 30 people in it. I'm just trying to find what colors I want, right? I'm just pulling this back and forth a little bit to see what colors I can get. So anyway, I don't like all of this black writing right here, and I'm really tempted to flip it around. I'm just trying to maneuver that a little bit, but I don't really want to reweave it, so I'm just trying to see if I can manipulate. I guess I could come up a little bit like that. What was I saying? Okay, when my kids were little, and so we ended up, out of this big class of 30, there was, I'll say 12 of us that like self-selected to keep meeting, right? And so the class was like, let's say every Tuesday, Thursday at 10, and then the class ended, and then we're like, well, why don't we just continue to meet? And so every Tuesday, we didn't do it twice a week, but like every Tuesday we'd still meet in the park. And then obviously as we became closer and closer, and it was raining outside, and it was like, well, let's meet at Susie's house, or let's meet at Karen's house, or, you know, whatever. And so we became really good friends, and that group stayed together. I think it dwindled down maybe to 10 of us or 8 of us. I don't even know. But anyway, we had like Thanksgivings together. So sweet. And then for like 5 years, I mean, it was amazing. But part of what we did during that is we would often like switch off babysitting, right? So it's like, well, we'd go out this Friday night, and then you could watch the kids next Friday, whatever. And which is just such a blessing, right? Because you're not paying for a babysitter, and they're with someone they know, they're with someone you trust, they're with their friends. It's not even like, I don't know. So it's just like a play date. It's like, you're going on a play date, we'll be back. And so it just always worked out. I feel like that's what my kids are doing now. There's like a group, like a small group because of COVID. Do you hear them? There's this just really small group because of COVID. But anyway, and they just like self-selected, obviously through parents' comfort level too and whatnot. And if they're not at my house, they're at their house. And if they're not there, they're at the third party's house. And like, that's it. Like, and so it's just so sweet because, and I love it. They just walk in our house. They don't, you know, I love it. It's everything I wanted as a mom. And we don't have like, at our old house in California, we had like a pool and, you know, everything. We don't, I mean, obviously we don't have that. We live in the Pacific Northwest, but anyway, the kids just all hang out. It's not like we have a special house, I guess is what I'm saying. And they love each other, and they all get along, and my daughter, and I don't know. I just love it. It makes me happy. It makes my heart happy hearing the noise upstairs and seeing my kitchen a mess. Oh my God. Okay, do you want to know what they're doing later? They're doing that hot nut challenge. Have you guys heard of this? Yeah. No, for real. You had to buy it. And you eat like, there's 5 levels of nuts or something, and you eat one level, and then you have to wait a minute to eat the next level, and then wait a minute, eat the next level, until you're done with all 5 levels. And then when you're done with the 5th level, you have to wait 5 minutes before you can eat or drink anything. Yeah, totally look it up. It's all over YouTube. And, oh my God, there's no way. I don't even eat hot sauce. So I am just like laughing, but that's the thing to do these days, I guess, is this hot nut challenge that you have to buy. Like, how brilliant are those people in an era where, you know, kids will do any sort of stupid challenge? It's like, oh, well, now we're going to charge you for it. Ah, that's brilliant. Let's see. Over, under, over. And so one of my son's friends like brought over 2 gallons of milk. So because I guess at the end, I don't know, like I couldn't even eat one nut. I can't even. I have a hard time watching the video on the YouTube things or whatever. So, and okay, look at how crazy this is. You're apparently supposed to wear like gloves when you handle them, because if you touch the nut and then let's say you, whatever, touch your face, your eye or something, it like burns so bad. And I'm like, it burns so bad on your hands and stuff that you have to wear gloves, but you're going to eat it and put it in your intestines. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. To be young and dumb again, right? So young and healthy, young and not a care in the world. All right. Am I going to get one more over here? I feel like I'm maybe not. I could cut it. I'll cut it. And then we might be done. No, I maybe should not have cut it in half, but maybe a little bit wider, but that's all right. All right. We'll choose this one. Yeah. And I never had this relationship like when I was young in my house. My house wasn't like this. And like my siblings and I didn't hang out like this with all of our friends together, like a big group. And I just am grateful that my kids like each other and their friends like each other and they're all a good group of friends. And I mean, they're not all best friends. My daughter's friends are obviously different and a different age, but they all get along. And okay, I think this is going to be it. Let's see what you guys think. And then if you have any amazing ideas of what I should do with this, please put it in the comment below. And I don't even know what my options are. I will link Melanie's channel below. And then, but look how crooked it is. Let's see if I can find, okay, so this strip right here, let's see. I'm going to try and line it up on this calendar line here, right? And then you can see these last ones. So this is like on the other side of the 4 and this is on this side of the 4. So you can tell they're completely wonky. You can also tell because my squares are way off, right? And I have no regrets. It's perfect. You know why? Because it's art and it's crafting and it's like paper and glue. So, oh, but it kind of makes me happy. Not gonna lie. I kind of like it. So what do you guys think? Kind of fun, right? Again, not too sure what I'm going to do with it. And you can just see like the difference in colors. So this one I made, and this one is mostly magazine. Yeah, so just strips of magazines that I found. And so like I could add like strips like this, but they don't obviously kind of go with this. So I think I'm not going to do that. I could add maybe that one, but I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to trim them so they're more square without like the flip-floppy edges, and then figure out what we're going to do. But that's today's craft project. Makes me happy. A little glue and paper. I guess I could put one more here now that I'm looking at it. But I will turn off the camera so not to agonize you guys anymore. But that's my wonky square of paper. You can see if it's lined up there, how crooked it is. But it's kind of fun. And then we'll go from there. I don't know if I could make a journal cover out of it. I guess I could laminate it and then use that as a journal cover. That might be kind of fun. So maybe we'll try that. We'll see. So that's it for me, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you find something today that inspires you. Take care. Bye.